Good evening, everyone. Also, TKL, just letting you know that the issue was indeed addressed without me having to go to the school. So, stirring it out there.
Okay, boss, I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah, Alwyn.
Oh, somebody share screen we can annotate good on a computer run through two question.
You sound muffled. Say that again.
And so somebody who can annotate good. So share them screen to run through two questions. You hear me?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Right on. How come you not start share screen yet? I mean, Alwyn, you never hear what Alwyn just say.
So I'll assume none of us can annotate properly then. two Newton question, you're going to rub that till zero giant. Now hear me? Equal, that's it.
Repeat.
Yeah, me just send two Newton question in the chat, so I'm going to rub that till zero giant.
They're probably gonna give me about 5 minutes or so. I'm the outside I deal with something, but as I come back inside, we can put up the question and annotate it for you here.
All right.
Okay.
Hi, students. How are you?
Hi, sir. I am not too bad.
Not so good, sir.
You're not so good one to you, Logan.
So I saw my grade. I end up
Okay.
in a depression.
And well, guess what? It's not the end of the world. I thought of a possible solution for you all, and I don't normally do it, but I see the commitment. There are some students that I need to speak with on a one-on-one because you participate in my class. You ask very good questions, and when you go into the exam, you form full of yourselves. So I am wondering what on earth is happening. And as I said to you, a few students reached out to me already. I spoke to two students today, face to face, tried touching base with one other, but we kept missing each other. But I'll have a conversation in class tonight. I don't think calculus 1 was beyond anybody in passing. The truth is, oh, sorry, let me just apologize. I don't know. Normally, when I could click on the link on my phone and it connects me directly, all of a sudden I just can't do that anymore. And then when I'm ready to go on, it is telling me that I don't have any internet access, and I have a postpaid phone, and it's not that my bill is overdue because I paid it like 2 days ago. So I just couldn't get on. So that's why I'm just getting on. So I apologize for that. Yeah, so the challenge that I'm having with some students, and you know, not just the calculus 1 here, but I found it in my pre-calculus class as well. There are students of the class that participate in my session, and I know that based on the questions they are asking and based on me asking questions and the responses that they are giving, I know they are following and they are understanding. But I don't know if you all have an issue, a problem with exams.
Yes, sir. I want to address that.
Yes.
Well, according to my experience, I'm not quite sure about others, but I'm more strong in coursework than exams.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
in the exam, I don't know what I studied and everything, and in the exam, like my mind just went blank.
Yeah, and that's a
And I
problem.
don't know what to do, and I keep on scrolling my brain just to find out, like, come on, I studied for this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's what's really difficult. It take me a long time, and then when I do working out, it's like I understand it, but I couldn't understand. I keep on marking. So why I'm not getting this? Because I did this a lot in class. So how I'm not getting this answer? So it's complex. So I'm here and I want to find out any ideas to get back on track, sir, because I really need to pass this course.
All right. So I hear the emotions. I hear the emotions, and I don't want. Give me half a second, please. Don't move because I plan to do this tonight, and it's something that I have to do. So give me half a second, please. Just relax. Go get a cup of water, Logan.
Yes, sir.
All right, sorry. So Logan, let us continue that conversation because, as I said before, it is something that it's something that I know I needed to um
But
yes, that is so, Dujon, but I'm coming to that one, Dujon. So
let's
I hear the emotions. I hear the emotions, and what it says to me is that it's a level of authenticity because what I can get from it is that yes, here is someone who put in the work, and they're not getting the result. Now, guess what happened now? There are some of you who have a feeling that it's Mr. Shan um who caused this. Any one of you in the class feel so strongly that you got more on the exam than Mr. Shand, than you never mind. Just leave it alone. I see that message. Just leave it alone. Um, there are some of you who believe that it is Mr. Shand who didn't mark the paper right, or maybe Mr. Shand didn't like your support. Let me just dispel that. That foolishness from now. Um, when Mr. Shand is marking exam papers, Mr. Shan does not look at the ID number. So if you're calling me to say, sir, did I pass? I can't tell you because what sir does is to mark the papers. When the papers are fully marked and he's putting the grades now on the grade sheet, it is not until that time that I see who's that I have marked. And it's a common practice to give students the benefit because I don't want to say, oh, me like the student, so the student again show favor to the student. No, everybody gets a fair chance of passing the exam. Every single man in the class gets a fair chance in passing the exam. That's the type of person I am. Let me tell you what is also, and I am not blowing my own trumpet, but I'm also a fair teacher. I like my pre-calculus. I had to put a class in immediately following this class tonight because I have committed myself to seeing those students not only completing their associate degree, but some students, if they don't do pre-calculus this semester, it means that they'll have to spend an extra semester at the college. And what I did yesterday is to create a class of pre-calculus so that they can do the pre-calculus this semester, and then pick up business calculus, business statistics in the summer. So it gives them an opportunity to pass a course. I didn't want to do it, but I put in myself after this class at 7 o'clock. I have a class from 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock tonight. So I put myself under pressure because I believe in my students and I want my students to do well. Look at what it is that I've also done. I've also put in a calculus 1 class supposed to start this weekend so that those students in year 4 who are trying to finish off their course of study this year still can have the opportunity, which is why I am in the process now of giving overrides so that people can, even though you fail the calculus 1, I can work with you to do the Calculus 2, but you have to make sure that you are doing Calculus 1. If you're not doing Calculus 1, I am going to pull you from Calculus 2. So I hear it. I'm wondering what is happening. I think students, there's a matter that I need to talk about. 1 second, please. I'm stepping away 1 minute. Right. So I know you students put the work in, but what it is saying to me is that much more effort is needed. You have to get rid of this exam fear. This fear of writing exams and in the way to the exams and forming fool of yourselves. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And let me tell you what I believe part of the problem is. And it's a fundamental part of the problem. I did not only see it in calculus 1, but I saw it a lot in pre-calculus. And I'm going to speak about it because it's something that hurt me, and it's something that I have spoken to Mrs. Campbell about, and it's something that I spoke with the acting head of the math department not too long ago. I saw. You see, when I give your work to the students, and you go on these AI tools, it happened in this class. I ran your papers, and I saw it. I ran your papers, and I saw it. It happened a whole lot in pre-calculus. And I don't want any of you to think that I'm an idiot and that I don't see it. I spoke about it before, and I see it. And as a result of that, I am not inclined to give any more online exam. People have to come face to face to come to the paper. So I am not accusing anybody of doing this, but this is what I find happening. That there are some of you, when I ask the questions in class, you have your AI tools, and some of you are participating. And poor Mr. Shan not recognizing that it is your AI tools that you're using and fooling me that you are understanding. When in truth and in fact, you're not understanding one thing. You're not understanding one thing. And I saw that particular in my pre-calculus class last semester. There were questions that I have done in class that came back on the exam paper, and students could not do it in the final exam. Something that I'm making up. That is not something that I'm making up. I gave questions from past papers that were repeated on the exam, and students still could not pass those questions. So it is saying a whole lot of things to me. It's saying a whole lot of things to me. So come this semester, it's a new semester, new beginnings, and I don't want to see if I run my papers again. I didn't do it this time around, but if I were to give, say, an online exam, mid-semester or coursework piece, and I run it and I recognize that you guys use the AI tools, I'm giving a 0. Once I book up, even if you use it for one question, you're getting 0 for the whole paper. Because what I find students doing is being dishonest in class and for the coursework, because you want to maximize the coursework so that when you go into the exam, it can be relaxed. It does not work like that. Now, I commend those students who pass the exam, because it says to me that those students are working. I can't give coursework, and there are students who are getting 70% on their coursework. and 18% on the exam. What can go so? %80% on coursework and not even 20% on the exam? Come on, students. Come on. You have to be honest with yourself. It's not me impressing. Do not do me a favor. I see it, I'm disgusted by it. And I said to myself, even at the expense of not teaching anything tonight, to talk to you about your actions and your behavior, because it cannot be repeated for calculus 2. Cannot be repeated for calculus 2. I know nothing about it. You all know yourselves. Let me tell you something. And I'm going to tell you what I've seen. And the beauty about and why it is that I love online. And I'm going to tell you, even though I'm finding this challenge, I still love online. Because I still have evidence. Even when I submit the papers, I still have my evidence that I can go back to. And let me tell you how some of you are not so smart. So even when I said to you that your camera is supposed to be on, some of you are trying to mock me by turning your cameras on, but you're still having conversations with your classmates. And let me tell you how not so smart some of you are. You're having the conversations with your classmates. You may feel that Mr. Shand knows how to do the question. So you say, Mr. Shand, how you do the question? But because Mr. Shand loves to help, he sends a question to you, not recognizing that Mr. Shand made a mistake. And everybody in the class have the same mistake. What can go so? That don't make no sense. And the high levels of collaboration in the mid-semester and the coursework piece, right about now, if I were to be honest with myself, those grades would be lower. And I said to myself, all right, it will not happen again. I have my eyes on your calculus 1. And I'm seeing somebody who is visiting tonight. I have my eyes on you, pre-calculus. Honesty is the best policy. I am not accusing anybody, but I have my proof. Now I can confess something to you. That is why the coursework pieces took so long for me to mark, because each paper had to be scrutinized before I start marking. That took up quite a bit of time. That's why when the question was asked in class on Monday, I was more than happy to pivot and to respond, but I couldn't respond based on, a few things. But now that the grades are released, I can talk it. It's dishonest. It's dishonest. And if I don't talk about it, it means that as one, a Christian, I will not be living the truth. And two, as your teacher, I will not be living the truth. Me see it. And I don't want, if any of you think that Mr. Shan don't see it, you're telling a lie on yourself. Me see it. And I can tell you who and who had conversations in the mid-semester, because the same foolish answer that somebody, and guess what? None of you can't tell me, say, sir, it's a legitimate mistake. Everybody in the class can have the same error for the question. And I just laugh. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth. You know what also happened to me? I marked the paper. I said, but hold on. It's where me see this already. Because this don't make no sense. I said, where me see this already, man? No, man, hold on, man. And I have to stop. And that's why I tell you I love online, you know. And I went back through all the scripts that I marked and I look at it. And when I go from line to line, I laugh to myself. I laugh to myself. You know what is also true? Last school year, when I was teaching Calculus 2, I gave my mid-semester test. And it's the same thing. Some of them didn't know. And I started marking, but it was a little bit more widespread than I saw it here. And I wait until I go class. I said, let me tell you something. At this point in time, guys, I have a good feeling to give everybody 0 for the mid-semester. I'm me the class teacher. And once I have proof and it got to the disciplinary committee, they could tell us they have to do over the whole. And I said to them, yo, again, 0. I know that did for me. I had to go and write another mid-semester to give to the students. That pushed me out of whack. So, in as much as how some of you need a question to say, and it takes so long for my exam paper, I don't want you to just stop right there. So, I want you to finish the statement now. He took long to mark the exam papers because some of us cheated and he found out. And as a result of that, XYZ. Students, it's not a good look. Now, let me just end my conversation because I need to speak to some students tonight. As I said before, at the expense of not teaching, I have to get this out. Already again, I'm going to say it again. I still love my students, you know. This is what I believe the Lord has called me to do, to be a teacher. I'm very convinced. And just as how God has given me grace, I'm showing you grace. As opposed to the pre-cal where I have to put in a class, this group is much smaller. The override will be given for the 11 of you. Yeah, not fully 11, a little bit under 11. To do the Calculus 2 while you are doing over the Calculus 1. The story don't end here because what is customary is so that the Council of Community Colleges of Jamaica has a quality assurance procedure to ensure that lecturers mark exam papers and coursework papers. My papers are marked, fully marked and archived because those papers, the mid-semester, the coursework piece that I gave you, will have to be sent off to CCCJ. Now, I am not in the business of going to purge and to fix up anything. Now, where am I going with this? If when I submit those coursework pieces and the external examiners recognizes the collaboration and withdraw those grades, I can say on the 29th of January, 2025 at 5:43 p.m., I had a conversation in my class. And it means that the papers will be rescaled, not by me, but by the externals. Because your grades are not yet what we call ratified. The grades that you have just now are only provisional. The grades will have to go through a ratification period. So when you're playing around and things say the teacher will miss it, there's an external body that can catch it. So students, this is a lesson that I want you to learn. It behoves me that there are students in the class who believe that I would not have found out. It behoves me. Now, there's a student that I need to speak with because upon confession, the student said something to another student. I won't identify which class. And somehow it got leaked to me about formulas that were taken into the exam. No, I'm saying this here now, but I'm not going to take this one any further. I'm not going to take this one any further, but I'm going to say to you, students, honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. To thyself be true. To thyself be true. I am very disappointed, very heartbroken to see students that I didn't even expect to be involved in this, that were involved in it. I am ashamed. I'm very ashamed. Anyhow, I think I have said enough on that. It will not be tolerated to Calculus 2, because what this has done, it has opened my eyes, my ears, my thoughts, and everything about me for Calculus 2. For Calculus 2, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be going with an open mind to learn. My teaching style is different from others. Different from others. All right?
They're gone, like, you gone low. They hear it before, but now the volume.
The volume move? All right, sorry.
Oh,
Hear me better now?
Yeah, it's gone back.
Yes, sir.
All right, sorry about that. I'm the same thing that my teaching style is different from others. I just don't come and teach and say, if you catch it, you catch it. I will give you a million ways to look at the question so that you can appreciate the area. If you're not understanding something, just come to me now and say, sir, Rubes, I'll work it through with you. I'll work it through with you. All I'm saying to you, students, don't do it again. I feel abused because those persons guilty of it. And it's quite a number of students, incidentally. It's like you don't give me no ratings. It's like you never know some other seat. And then no, they laugh among themselves and say, no, man, you know, sir can drop miss anytime, man, because we can do X, Y, Z support and so on. Try it again. Try it one more time. And you will see what will happen. Because a full brunt of the law will be executed. And you know, and the good thing about online classes again is that nobody can say, well, sir, me never did hear we talk about, because my digital footprint is here. All right, so with that said, students, one of the things that also irks me is when students come to class and they sit and they shut up their mouth and don't participate. Those are the ones that are, I'm seeing some low grades for it. You're not spiting me, you know. I did what I'm teaching you, I would have done from when I was in sixth form. I didn't do CAPE. I was long before CAPE. I did A levels the old GC timetable, or exams rather. So some of these topics, sorry, say that again?
Those papers were hard, you know, sir. I remember in high school, I go back and like past paper from 2008, 2009.
Sorry, Tariq. Say it one more time, Tariq.
No, I'm saying those papers are very difficult because I remember being in high school and looking back at a 2008,
Oh,
2009 past paper. I can just
Oh, oh, yeah.
imagine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. My chemistry, my maths, my this, my that papers were all A-levels, were hard papers. They were like university questions. And that's why I'm saying what it is that I'm saying. So these areas that I'm teaching you are things that I had to know from I was in sixth form. Yes, I did them over again when I went to university. So I had to learn them. And how I'm teaching is not how I was taught. Man come to class and teach one topic and say, yo, and I get test tomorrow here. But sir, you just did a topic, me say I get test tomorrow. Like, okay, you better go learn something. I don't do that to you. So when you treat me this way and then fling back something like this to me, you're not no respect for me. I'm gonna violate. I'm gonna feel a way about it. Real talk. Feel a way about it. Let me go back to Logan's point now. Some of you have a fear of exams. It's not that you don't know. It's not that you don't know, but you go in exams and you freeze. And this is why I said it in pre-calculus. Kramers. And to the point where I even come to your class and keep calling it something Kramers because I rivet Kramers into my students. Students going to exam. There was not one student in, well, the Kramers never came for 30 marks. There were a handful of students who got full marks for the Kramers question. On this side, stationary point, for those who answered it, I can't recall, and I mean, I don't want to open a document now, but I can't recall a student getting full marks for it. So what's the point I'm making? If I'm the teacher of the class, and I'm saying to you, yo, so the topic here, it comes every year. Study it. The only thing you can do for me is to study the something. The only thing you can do for me is to study the something. So as you are preparing for a final year, most of you are in your third year, some of you are in your final year, some of you are trying to move from the associate to come over into the bachelor's. As you prepare yourself for bigger things to come, you have to break up the folly ground that you're on. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And you have to be able to do things a little differently so that you can get a different result. You can't do things the same old, and expect a different result. You have to change up something differently. If you fail to prepare to fail. You can't not prepare for an exam and expect to pass it. Don't work like that. You prepare to get an A, and if you come into the C, you say, blow, or, some of that, I want me to work hard, but they can't go on an exam and say, well, I mean, I pray to get one C minus, you can fail it. Can't do that. All right. Now, what I'll do is to take your general questions, and then I can project a question or two for the class to work with while I meet some students. I know Mrs. Campbell and Mr. Rose will do academic advisement, but I need to speak with students on an individual basis. I want to dispel this thing that Mr. Shan don't like anybody's lie. If the devil come and say something like that to you, just tell him, say, yo, you tell me lie right here. So there's no need for me. I don't know you from Adams. There's no need for me to come into your tariff. There's no need for me to dislike. As I said to you, one of my practices is not to look at the ID numbers, not to compare the ID numbers with the names. I mark the papers. And even more beautiful is that I don't teach you face-to-face. I don't even know the handwriting. I mark the papers. It's not until I am putting the grades together. I'm talking about the exam because the coursework, I'll know whose coursework paper I pick up. I'm speaking particularly about the exam. And at any point in time, if any of you feel like you want to review your exam paper, go ahead. Review it. Review it. If you feel, say, the paper don't mark good, go ahead and review it. But I'm going to tell you something. When you review my paper, you see, you're going to see something that is called FT, which is follow through. Not everybody marks with a follow through. So for example, let me find something and show you exactly what I'm talking about. I can't, can I? All right, let me see if I can find a script, Lord Jesus. You know, I can't do that, you know, because if I open a document, you're going to see the name on the document. Let me just see something here. If I open a document, you will see the name. Let me just check it. Will the name come up on the document? Calculus 1, marked papers. Let us look at mid-semester. Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can find one of them to follow through. Just to show you how it is that I mark. All right, this is a good one. Let me just see something here. Oh crap. The name comes up on the how the document is saved. You know what? Let me see if I can just screenshot. Just screenshot something here. Print screen. Print screen. Print screen. Oh crap! Let me just see something. Let me crop it. I don't crop out the name. Crop the name out. And I want to send it as a WhatsApp. I'll just sorry, Tariq, go ahead with the question while I do this, please.
Yes, sir.
No, you're gone, Tariq. You're gone. You're gone.
Okay. Good morning, please, sir.
Say it again, Tariq.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I
you
hear you.
sir?
I hear you now. Yeah.
That's the current audio device. All right, so I was saying in regards to, yeah, I came class a little late, so I don't know if you had made any announcement in regards to EducaSoft. I know that you said you had to have a meeting.
Yeah, man, I had a meeting today. Thanks for reminding me. You see, there's so many things that we're talking together, but I had a meeting today, and I will give an update on that one. But yes, we are supposed to be on with Edico. I was promised the information that came to me is that they needed something. I called the local rep today, but a female answered the telephone, so it means that I don't have a contact number. So I now have to send an email to the rep. And what was promised to me is that we should be up and running by next week, Wednesday. But I'm not going to give them the Wednesday. I'm going to put that by next week, Friday. So I'm going to give them a week. But I soon talk about that one.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But I did copy. I spoke about that one this morning. Matter of fact, there are two students who I saw on block A. That's where I was heading. Those two students saw where I was going today. So they know they saw me on campus, and I was heading for that meeting this morning. So yeah, so that is that one. Hold on.
All right, thanks, sir, because I know it's a big part of passing the course, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely. All right. Okay, so let me I'm just trying to be careful, you know. I don't want data rights and something there. I don't want to expose somebody's grades. But snipping tool, okay. I think, all right. Can you see my tool here? What I have on screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So I want you all to look at what is happening here now. So for this first part of the question, something was presented to me. Evaluate the limit as x tends to -5. And what the candidate did was to make a substitution for x squared. Can you see that right here, so?
Yes, sir.
Good. But the candidate, instead of substituting the x right here, put by the x right here, so you can see that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
And did the same thing right here, so you can see that?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Good. And then now this here, okay, I'm going to call it a multiplication sign. So for the 11x, I won't penalize the student because it will be 11 times -5, don't?
Yes, sir.
Is something missing?
Yes, sir, the -20.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I said to the student is good. Good to know that you're supposed to be substituting, but it's incomplete. So out of the 4 marks, the student got -4, meaning that the student got how much marks?
0.
0. But that's not the point I'm trying to recognize. So for those of you who want to look at the paper, you will see me make comments on these because I make comments so that people can know. Now, watch me. Let us look at the second question. Second question says, the limit as x tends to infinity of all of this. Now, what it is that you're supposed to be doing is looking to see the coefficient with the highest power, which is going to be x squared. So you're dividing through everything by x squared. True or false?
True.
All right.
I remember with the infinity, but
Yes,
Yeah,
it's true.
right.
Mhm.
But
So it's going to be. Oh,
right. So what the student did was something here that was not correct, but something here that was correct. You see, I put a FT, it means follow through. So the student would have been penalized at this point. The whole question wrong now, you know. Because for me make a mistake with the question, it means the answer not going to be correct, don't it?
yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
But because the methodology here was correct, I went ahead and still awarded a mark for the student, which is a follow-through mark. What's the point Mr. Shandy is making? And the student ended up getting the correct answer down here. So the student lost only 2 marks out of the 4. What's the point Mr. Shandy is making? For security reasons, I have to stop sharing. What Mr. Shandy is making is that if I was marking and not going through follow-through, many of your grades would have been much lower. And this is how I mark even for the exam. So some students, a very diligent student on the exam calculated for the stationary point question. I can't project that because the student don't write, the student draws, and I'm sure people can know who draw like that, so I can't project that one. The student differentiated the function correctly, but the student did not differentiate and put dy by dx to be equal to 0. Did not put dy by dx to be equal to 0. The student would have lost 1 mark for not putting it equal to 0 because stationary point is found when dy by dx equals 0, don't it?
Yes, sir.
And the student went ahead and factorized and solve. You can't solve an expression, it has to be an equation. But I didn't penalize the student there. Once the student got the correct answers, I gave the student the mark. Because if I had marked it wrong from up there, everything else for the rest of that question would have been wrong. But the student got, I think it was out of 6, and the student got like 4 out of 6. All right? So if you don't believe me, and anybody want to go and review them paper, you actually get more marks on your paper than you actually deserve. That's the point I'm making. But if you want to go and review it, it's not a problem with me. Go ahead and review it.
So where you do that?
Huh?
Like where to find your past papers?
Which past papers? The marked papers?
Yeah, the mark, right.
No, man, you have to go to the institution and apply for a review of the paper.
Oh, okay.
So you apply for the review of the paper and they will make an arrangement. And the person that you're going to review the paper is not me. Since I taught the course, they'll find somebody else who taught the course or who know about the course to do the review of the paper with you. All right? Now, the long and short, those students, when they can't go along, see me, so I want to get a commitment from the class. I want to get a commitment from the class. And that commitment is I need honesty for the work, the remainder of work to be done. I want to be able to be proud of my students. The final thing I'm going to say before I meet some students in the breakout room, because then there are one or two students that I personally want to talk to. You see that day of your graduation? Graduation means a whole lot to me. Graduation means a whole lot to me. I'm going to tell you why. Because I know where students are, because I teach you. So I know your propensity in doing well. I want when you're walking across that graduation stage, I can say, this is a hardworking student. I don't want, in my mind, when you're going across the stage, I'm saying, oh, yeah, that one is a cheater. Don't want to do that. I want to be able to say, hardworking student. And me personally will stand up in the whole auditorium and clap because me know I work hard. Please. Calculus 2 has to be a change. Allow me to forget what I saw for Cal 1. And I'll tell my pre-calculus students the same thing when I meet them later. Allow me to forget what I saw in Cal 1. And as I said before, it's not the end of the world. Yes, you may not have gotten through Cal 1 or pre-Cal, whatever the situation is, but I've put things in place to give you a second chance. Make good use of it. All right, are there any other questions? Let me just project so that I can meet some students in the breakout. What were we on again? McLaren's expansion. Any other questions? Any suggestions? And I must acknowledge that I am seeing those promises in the private messages sent to me, and I'm holding you accountable. I'm holding you accountable. There are some students who did pretty well. I won't call any names, but oh Lord, there's so many things that I need to talk to you guys about, but I need to do it. I need to somebody raised a hand a while ago. Who was that?
It's me, sir, but finish first, then I make a comment.
Okay, no problem. There were some students who did pretty well on the exam. I'm not going to call any names because I didn't get permission to speak about it, but I can speak in general tones. I had a student who got a 75% on the exam, and you know, providing that, and I'm saying this because I would believe that you did your work on your own. Congratulations. You know, you went into an exam and got 75% on the exam itself. Congratulations. There's another student who got 70% on the exam. Congratulations for that. There's a student who went in and got a 60% on the exam. I'm very proud of you as well. I have two students who got 80% on the exam. 80%. One of them I cut off earlier on today and told them not to come to class tonight, but they are very much here. But anyhow, 80% on the exam. kudos, proud of the pair of you that got that 80% on the exam. I had another student who got a 67.5 on the exam, and one other student who got a 61.25 on the exam, right? Extremely proud of you. And there were 3 students who got in the 50s, one 52.5, one 53.75, and another student who got a 57.50, right? So those are students who would have gotten over 50% on the exam. Congratulations. Big up on yourself. There are some students who, on the other hand, who struggled, literally struggled on the exam. All right, we won't speak about those grades. You know yourselves because you're seeing those grades that were posted. You know yourselves. Go ahead, Logie.
Okay.
Logan, hon, go
And
ahead.
thanks again. Thanks again, sir. You said
No
that you
problem.
have giving us another chance. What are those chances? Are we
So
able
students
to?
who did not get through with it, go
Yes.
ahead. Are able to what?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, so okay. So I said it earlier, but let me say it again. So the opportunity I'm giving you guys, for those of you who did not get through the Cal 1, is that I will not ask you to leave Cal 2. I'll invite you to stay to Cal 2. There is one student that I spoke with
But are
earlier
we
today.
able to do back calculus 1 this semester?
Yeah, man. Hold on. I'm coming to that, my love. I'm coming to that. There's one student that I spoke to. Oh, she's not hearing me? Anybody hearing me?
Logan, yeah, look, sir, can hear you. Logan, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can hear. Yes.
All
All
right. So,
right.
sir was saying, you
Go
can hear,
ahead,
sir?
Go ahead, Demoy.
Logan, can you hear, sir?
Yeah, I can hear him now.
Oh, all right. I know, sir.
Right. Yeah. Thanks, Demoy. So what I'm saying to you, Logan, is that the opportunity that I'm affording students for Cal 2 is that even though you did not get through with the Cal 2, I'm giving you an opportunity to do Cal 2, but the condition is that you must be doing Cal 1 on the weekend. If you cannot fit into the Cal 1, and I didn't put the Cal 1 in the week because I know some students said to me that they have class Monday through Friday. So the suggested time for the Cal 1 that I said in the email that I sent to Mrs. Campbell and Mr. Rose, Saturday afternoon, 1 to 5, we're going to find time and come on the Cal 1 class, because guess what? That is a condition. If you cannot fit in to the Cal 1 class, you cannot fit into the Cal 2 class. If you can't fit into the Cal 1 class, there is no way that you'll be allowed to do Cal 2. You remember I said to you that there's something that I was uncomfortable with and I need to pray about? That was one of the things that I needed. That was one of the things that I needed to pray about. And I think I got the clear answer, right? So you have to, because there are some things for for Cal 2, many things for Cal 2 that are hinging on Cal 1. So at least you'll still get the Cal 1 in while you're doing the Cal 2. So you have to be doing Cal 2. So I give you that opportunity. So yes, Cal 1 will also be offered this semester, Rogan. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other question? All right. So go ahead. Is there a question?
Yes, sir. All right.
Go ahead.
When we do our coursework grade and grade.
Sorry, Alwyn. You are very, very, very low. So if we can speak for a little, please.
All right, sir. You hear me better now?
Much better.
Yes, sir.
Pass my computer back for me, please.
When we do our coursework and the grade is not suit us, is there anything we can do to improve that grade?
The coursework grade. All right. Yes. But at this stage is a no.
No, maybe
in the future.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that I can say to you, and thank you, it's a practice of mine, without even divulging any other information. Without even divulging any other information, I don't submit grades for students who failing grade for students who can be redeemed. Alwyn, meaning if you are at a 45, a 49, at a lesser extent, at 48, I will give you an opportunity to do a supplemental piece for me or get an opportunity to redo something, right? It was done pretty recent, and it has been a practice of mine. And yes, so I'm putting it out there.
Okay, sir. So, going forward in the future, sir, when we do our coursework, so if it's not an hassle, if we can probably get we coursework grade so we can see.
All right, so let me caution you on that though. I had over 40 students for pre-calculus, and if everybody is going to want a second opportunity to do a mid-semester or a coursework piece or whatever the situation is, you have to think about the person marking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So what I have done in answering a question is I will do that at the tail end. So if I see that you are struggling to pass because you're at a 48 or a 49, if you're at a 47, I can't help you. A 48 is a little far off, but I'll still make an effort with the 48. If you're at a 49 for sure, you will get a telephone call from me to say, yo, you are at this stage. I will give you an opportunity. Are you in favor of getting that opportunity? And 10 out of 10 times the students will say yes. One of the things that I don't want to say just now, and I'm being very cautious, is to say, yeah, man, I can use 2 days to mark it and give it back to you. And then now you can do multiple times to make up. I can't say yes to that, because if I'm physically marking those papers, I know I'm going to put myself into problems. I'm going to put myself into problems.
Yes, sir. I know.
You understand where I'm coming from there, don't?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thanks for understanding. Any other questions? Remember, if you have a question, you can talk to me now. I don't hold up students for verbalizing, because it's one of the things that I love when students do open up and talk to me. And the thing about it though, I can't tell you that my outlook on how I treat my students and the opportunities that it's going to be right across the board. So in Jesus' name, if you find yourself in a pickle, now go road, go call up my name and say, but Mr. Shan, they do this. Please. Don't go call up my name and say, but sir, why you so stay so? Or miss, or you stay so? Mr. Shan, that don't do it. Because if I hear about it, it means that you're going to make somebody else's life a misery. Because I'm not going to do it.
Yes, sir.
What's in my cup stays in my cup.
Yes, sir. You're been fine, man. So you know that.
All right, cool.
All right,
But I'm just telling you straight up. Go ahead, please.
sir. All right. So for calculus 2, no, sir. So let's say some of us have the opportunity to be at school at a certain time. We could come to you if you have the question, right?
Sure.
All right. All right, sir.
Sure. Yeah,
Might
but
seem
let me
more
but
optimistic.
let me caution you on that though. The answers are resounding yes, but let me caution you on that. And I think I made the same caution. While I'm speaking to you, I'm actually looking for a question. Oh, I think I found one. Let me make that caution to you again. As I told you, the dean of faculty and my life when I'm on campus is committed to meetings, because I have only 1 day class, and it's not even on the main campus, it's off campus. Well, it's at an off-campus site. So like tomorrow, for argument's sake, I'll be on campus, but I'll leave in time to get to the other campus for an 11 o'clock class, all right? So if we're gonna do that, I will have to make some plans, because every day there is a meeting or two. Yesterday, I was in a meeting from 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock when I left. And then I joined the meeting online, and the meeting went up until minutes of 5 o'clock. Minutes of 5 o'clock. So, and so otherwise evaluate the integral. All right. Should I give you the integral? I don't want to give the integral yet, because there's something. All right, I see that hand. Go ahead for me, please. I don't want to do it.
It's to say, you said that we can do the calculus one at the weekend on Saturday from 1 to 5.
From 1 to 5,
But I'm
yes,
not,
sir.
yeah, but I'm not seeing it on Arian.
Oh, you not seen it yet?
No,
Okay,
because
got you.
I'm
Thanks.
trying, yes.
All right, thanks for that info. I'll speak to Mrs. Campbell because the email was sent the same time when the grades were sent. So maybe she has not yet, either she or Mr. Rose have not yet actioned that. But I can tell you though,
but I was able to go on to calculus 2, reserve calculus 2.
Good. So do me a favor now. Oh goodness, Carno, son, you're not here alone to not do anything. So for those, all right, for confidentiality now, what should I do?
Yes, sir.
I was gonna ask you to just collate some ID numbers for me. You know what? We're a family, so and I know you guys among yourselves, already discuss the grades. Do me a favor, for those of you who are needing of an override for calculus 2, send Lecarno your ID numbers for me, please. And then
we're gonna something, sir. We're gonna create a Google Sheets and then share the link to make it
right. And then right. So right. Thank you, sir.
The link to you.
And then email it to me so that before class ends tonight, I can just go on and just do the overrides for you all. Those of you who are interested in the stuff, let me say something. I don't want nobody come tell me, say, sir, I couldn't pay for 2 of them because if you're not doing calculus 1, I am going to bar you. And I said that to Mrs. Campbell and Mr. Rose in the email, you'll be barred from calculus 2. So as soon as calculus 1 is on Arion, you must also go ahead and select calculus 1. All right. All right. I'm going to project a question on.
So everybody,
I
get it. For calculus 1, we all have to do it over?
If you pass it already, you don't need to do it over, Papa.
Okay.
No, man, it's just for those persons who have found themselves in a pickle. All right. There goes a question. I've shown you how to differentiate a logarithmic function. I want you to go ahead and do that question. It says, find the Maclaurin series for f of x equals to ln 8x plus 3 up to the term x to the 5th. Up to the term x to the 5th.
Mr. Shan?
Yes, Taj.
You hadn't shared the document for last class with Locarno, did you?
No, I haven't.
Would that be okay, sir? Would that be fine? I would appreciate it.
I wouldn't have a problem. Last class was which day? Was Monday? Yeah, I wouldn't have an issue doing that.
Yes, please.
Okay, no problem. All right. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking at the class list. Right. So those doing over Cal 1 are the ones who did not pass Cal 1. Those. Nice. All right. Hold that. Sorry, I'm just going through my message and book up on one just now. All right. Okay, so those of you should all be taking off that question and start working on that one. I'm just trying to find now those persons that I may need to have a convo with. All right, so I don't need to. Okay, so I see one. I see one. All right, I don't need to speak to again, Logan. You okay now, Logan, or you still want to talk to me? Or you fine now? You still want to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So I'll create a breakout for you in a few. So that's one. I don't need to speak to you. I don't need to speak to you. Don't need to speak to you. Neither do I need to speak to you. Okay, so I can have a conversation with you. Is it those of you who got in the 50s? Only need to work hard here because that not cutting it. All right, so based on what I'm seeing is just 2 students. All right, go and work on that for me, please. All right, Logan, let me speak to somebody else first, since you and I had a conversation already. I soon come to you. Start working for me, please. I'll just message a person one away.
Okay.
Cool.
Sir?
Yes, Pops.
Yeah, I was just wondering if that answer that I sent is right.
I just saw it and I am checking as that one is the first one. Um, yeah, it is. Congrats.
Okay,
Move on.
thank you.
No problem. All right. A few of you, I have sent you some direct messages based on the conversation I need to have with you. So just check to see if you receive a direct message from me. The rest of you should be working. If you have an answer, you can also share it. I will respond. I'll respond to you. Okay.
Sure. Can tell me if the second one right, please.
Telling you in. All right, so I have my new fractional form. Let me just start with that. Okay, yeah, so that is the first part. This is correct. So done, 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 done. Yes, Papa, very nice. Keep it up.
All right, thank you.
So,
Mhm.
me just forget to do this something because I have something I do. Or some work I do. But I'm gonna example 7. Me see. There's other question.
No, man, that's it.
This is it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm
Okay.
actually speaking to um I'm speaking to some students to straighten out some issues.
All right, sir. I got well. All right, this then. Yeah,
Mhm. Those of you who are having a conversation with me, directly, please just check your messages. All right, so let me just put a disclaimer out there. If you are doing a question and you finish the stuff, just send me a message, please. I will confirm whether or not you're right. And in a couple of minutes, I'll project the response.
There again, please let me know if that one is right as well.
Will do. All right. Based on a conversation I'm having, students, I understand that some of you may not be in a position, those of you who failed Cal 1 may not be in a position to do both Cal 1 and Cal 2 because of financial constraints, or you may think that it's too heavy for you. If that is the case, do not do Cal 2. Do Cal 1 to get rid of Cal 1. Let me give you one main reason for that. If you do Cal 2 and you pass Cal 2, come next school year in the first semester, where Cal 1 is going to be timetabled, you're going to have a year 4 course and you're going to be having a clash. And you're going to say, since I did Cal 1 before, let me go to that class. And as night turns today, you are going to fail Cal 1 again. So my recommendation is, if you can't afford to do both of them, drop the Cal 2, take up the Cal 1. You're going to have timetable clashes. And when Cal 2 is being offered, Cal 2 is going to be offered in the second semester, which is your second to last semester to complete your bachelor's. And you don't want to run the risk of missing classes and end up failing the course. So if you find yourself into that pickle, send me a little quick message. And my recommendation is, just do Cal 1, forget about Cal 2. Think about that. Did I respond to you?
No, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself, my youth.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. I still respond to those two. All right. The second. In 2 minutes, I'm going to be projecting the stuff, the solution to the question, and then I'm going to get ready for the my other class, and I know you have a class as well. Just some general note based on the conversation I'm having. Right, so the first class for the Cal 1 should be this weekend. I'm going to reiterate the point. I know some of you are afraid of the math. I am going to honestly recommend, I am here to help you. I won't leave you alone. That's what I keep saying. I've said it. I've been saying it to some students in the chat. I'm here to support you. What I'll be very disappointed in and with is for you to say that, you know, you're not going to do any math this semester. If you didn't get through with Cal 1, I'm not saying that you must do Cal 2. I'm giving you the option. As I've told a student today, don't come and do Cal 2. Focus on this particular course and then you come back and do Cal 2 some other time. However, make sure you do Cal 1. I am recommending students, please work with me. I am highly recommending that you consider doing Cal 1. I'm not forcing you to do Cal 2. If you didn't get Cal 1 and you don't feel like you can manage, come talk to me honestly and openly. And I'll be the first to say, yo, no matter the Cal 2, man. But please ensure that you do the Cal 1 on the weekend this week. It's very important. All right, 7 minutes to. Allow me to just no problem. All right, allow me to just share with you. And the final thing I say on that, the reason that I would rather pull it from the Cal 2 is that the Cal 2 is depending too much on what is going to be done or would have already done in Cal 1. So I can't say, yes, come do the Cal 2 and forget the Cal 1. You may have problems with Cal 2 because the Cal 1 was not met. So that's yet another reason for me not wanting you to do Cal 2. It's best for you to just do the Cal 1. All right. So the solution, the function given was f of x is equal to ln x plus 3. Remember what it is that we're doing, we're finding the function at the 0 point. So anywhere in the function you see x, you put 0, a times 0 is 0. So what you're doing is finding ln of 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. So what you're doing is finding ln 3. And ln 3 is going to be 1.099. And then now, in order for you to find the first differential, we have our f of x is equal to ln x plus 3. When I'm differentiating a logarithmic function, it's 1 over the function times the derivative of the function. 1 over the function times the derivative of the function. So it's going to be 1 over x plus 3 times the derivative of the inside, which is going to be x, rubbishness, which is going to be 8x. And when I differentiate 8x, I'm going to get 8. So the answer here, the first differential is going to be 8 over 8x plus 3. And I'm finding at the point x equals 0. 8 times 0 is 0. So it's going to be 8 over 3. If you choose to put it as a fraction, I mean, as a decimal, it's fine. But because I could work this in my headspace, I just put it as a fraction. All right? And then the second differential now is that I have to now use this 8 over 8x plus 3 and differentiate it. The denominator, see it here, times the differentiation of the numerator. When I differentiate 8, I get 0. Minus the numerator, minus 8, times the differentiation of the denominator, which is 8, see it here, minus 8 times 8.
Oh, you get an 8, that's her.
Which 8?
Up on top, that's her.
This one?
No, man,
Or
the one
this?
above, that one is yeah.
When I differentiate 8x plus 3, I get 8. So we have 1 over 8x plus 3 times 8. Remember, it's 1 over the differential times the differential of the function.
Sir,
The
can
differential of the
quick
function is...
remind them about something, sir?
Go ahead.
So, like, remember when you say the ln is like you have put it down a fraction, you put it over 1, you have the ln.
Isn't it 1 over the 8x plus 3?
Well, 1 over the 8x plus 3, yeah, but because they are differentiated, so when you differentiate 8x plus the 3, you're gonna get 8. So you're gonna times the 8 by the 1. Yeah, and that's why that would have been the first differentiation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but
Me just wait for him. Me wait for him the morning to say thank you because you said it right. So me wait for the thank you, but me know your thank you come. So that's why me not say nothing.
so I think it.
You need to write, so maybe I need to write the 1 over the 8x plus 3 times the 8 and show him.
No man, him supposed no man we did that we did that last class man.
That why that last.
Yeah, we looked at last class or maybe the class before. So Carmen, you don't see it all now? Talk to me, Carmen.
But you just think so? You put for the ln 8x plus 3, I think they just put 1 and put the 8x plus 3 as a denominator.
Yeah.
Right, but remember you also have to differentiate. It's like a power rule, you know. Remember? I did say it's like a power rule, so you know have to differentiate what is inside the parentheses. So I said to you, the differential of an exponential function is the exponential function itself. But I have to differentiate the function now and multiply by it. So it's like a power rule. So I have to differentiate what is inside the parentheses and multiply it by the 1 over the function.
Oh, I get that.
All right, cool. And then when I do this now, all of this goes to 0. And negative 8 times 8 is going to be negative 64 all over 8x plus 3 to the second power. And then when it's 0, I'm going to have 3 squared. So I'm going to get negative 64 over 9. Negative 64 over 9. So remember, you know, if your differentiation is weak, you're going to have a challenge with this. If your differentiation is weak, you're going to have a challenge with this.
So other stuff first part, I didn't miss no, sir.
Got you. All right. I think it was Andrew who asked. If not, Andrew is Taj. One of the two. I'm going to see if I can find a question that we did in class on Monday. And I'm going to see if I can copy this one and send to Carno afterwards. Remember, I'm going to have a pre-calc class immediately, so I can't do it now. And hopefully, chances are I'm going to drop asleep. So when I get up early morning to do some work, I may send it off. So don't look for it tonight. If you get it tonight, hooray. But if not, you'll get it tomorrow. Carno, if you don't see it by midday tomorrow, just send me a quick reminder, please, Papa.
Yes, sir, no problem.
All right, guys. I know I did a lot of housekeeping tonight, but I think I feel much better knowing that I had the conversation with you. Yes, Tariq. 8192. Divide 8192 by 27 to what you get. 8192 divided by 27.
All right, sir.
Yeah. I'm feeling much better. Having spoken about those things, you will learn more about your teacher that he's just really an honest guy. And if you have me in your corner, don't expect me to sugarcoat it. I'm just going to tell you, I said, boy, get a plan. Corner in where you're wrong. Big man team can't support that decision there. I'm not going to be your friend and then say, brother, you're good, man, when I know you're not good. And if I'm not pleased with the class, I'm going to tell the class I'm not pleased with it. When I'm pleased with you, you will know that I'm pleased with you. So I'm happy that we now have this understanding. And as we move into Cal 1 and 2, or just Cal 2, let us have a productive rest of the semester. Put the work in, guys. Put the work in. When I come to class, talk to me. Don't just sit down and not have a conversation. Talk with me. And I guarantee you, if those combinations come together and work well, we will definitely be the success we need to be. All right. Thanks for coming out. On Monday, God's willing, we're gonna run full force. What I may do is if I can find a few questions and send off so that you can have some practice to do for me. All right.
Yes, sir. Next class, just
All
bring your rum.
right. All right, I hear you, Papa. Big up for yourself. Later.
All right, sir. Bless up.
Yes, sir.
I guess what you guys are in the wrong room, you hear? I don't know how to share the link. You're in the pre-calculus group.
Yes, miss.
Winsome, the link is in the WhatsApp group.
That's a pre-calculus WhatsApp group, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks.
Good evening for those of you who are just rejoining us. I am going to